Hey there, everybody. Today is, let's see, March 25th. So, it's a Wednesday, so it's time for another sketchbook review. This one will definitely not be as long as the last one, just because there's not as much, I didn't have as many sketches between this week and last week. I did do some research, and I've ordered a new digital camera, because this one just, there is no stabilization, there's no nothing. For this camera, it's a huge camera, and it's clunky, and it doesn't really take the best video. I bought this thing because it was cheap. Well, actually, no. It was like, it was $400 when I bought it, and now it's like, the technology is so obsolete that it just, I can't justify, continuing to use it. It doesn't really take the best video, and it definitely doesn't take the best audio for the video. So I've got a new camera coming, so hopefully the video quality will improve. I'm really excited. I'm going to use that camera as well as a something to record my art processes. So I'm like going to record myself doing traditional media and all that stuff. So there's going to hopefully be a lot more for you guys to look forward to when it comes to my YouTube channel. But it could be, the camera's supposed to be here anytime between now and like next Wednesday. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this video just to keep on schedule. And then when I get my new camera, I'll just switch over to that. I also want to mess around with my new SD card reader. I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I have an SD slot on my computer that I could just slide the card into, but I've never done it before, so I'm going to do it for this video and see if it actually goes faster, because transferring through my USB takes forever. Anyway, so let's get on with the goods. Like I said, there's not that much this week, so we'll start with this guy. Last week, and you can kind of see it, the Copic came through. This is that Jean Grey picture, and I started a shadow cat picture. My focus is not happy because it's such low light in here. But I just was not happy with it. The anatomy, her head's like way over here, and like her neck is like way over here. It's like it all needs to be shifted over, but I just wasn't happy with it at all. So I kind of gave up on it, and I was like, ugh, I don't want it. So I didn't. And that's all I did for this one, because we had some stuff going on last week that had to get taken care of, weekend that had to get taken care of, so I just didn't focus a whole lot on it. Plus I'm studying for my pediatrics rotation. I showed this on my Instagram, so now I'm into the scribble sketchbook. I showed this one on my Instagram of Korra and Asami from Avatar Legend of Korra. I was screwing around. Initially what I wanted her wearing one of those electric gloves that she always has, and like have crackling energy and whatever. But I was like, nah, I kind of like this idea of this being like post. Well, of course it's going to have to be post and hooking up, whatever. But I had this idea of them going to the spirit realm, because that's what we see them doing in the very last shot. And like somewhere along the lines, like Asami gets this opportunity in the spirit realm to try bending, and that she overall ends up becoming like a firebender or some crap like that. It's just me screwing around. But I'm probably going to get rid of this because there's like a little flame here. And it's like the flame of your heart. I actually thought about making it in the shape of a heart just to be really corny. And I talked myself out of that. But overall, I think I'm going to get rid of this, because I was either going to leave it in and have like Korra's fingers, like kind of doing like one of these things, like, here you go, I'm actually doing it, but I'm going to make it look like you're doing it. It was just silly. So I think I'm just going to get rid of it, and I'm going to figure something else out for her hand. But I do want to do this in traditional media. I think I'm going to actually use marker paper for this one when I get around to it. And of course, once I started drawing Asami, I was like, oh, I'm going to draw more Asamis, and then like my anatomy just went out the window. And I was like, okay, let's draw Mako, because everybody loves Mako, which they don't, but whatever. So I drew a little Mako, and I'm like, ah, he looks so dumb, but that's okay. And then, what was I doing? I was on Tumblr, and Poison Ivy, the old Batman the Animated Series version of Poison Ivy came across my dash. I was like, I love Poison Ivy. So I drew her in that style, and I was like, yay! So I did! And then I drew a few more times, because why not? This is bleh and bleh. I'm not very good at the style because it's very simplistic, and I love it. It's just, it is a cartoony style, but it's got its own, what's the word I'm looking for? It has its own life to it. I've always loved that about that style. And I know the guy's name, but it's not coming to me right now, because whenever I want to talk about something, I completely forget everything about what I'm trying to talk about. But Batman the Animated Series, I love that series altogether. That and Gargoyles, like, were the two darkest cartoons I grew up on. Well, Darkwing Duck was a little bit dark, but not like that. And I loved them. Because they were, like, serious. I was like, this is very adult. Now that I look back on it, I'm like, it's probably more adult than I really understood at the time, but that's okay. It wasn't like The Spawn or anything like that. Is it The Spawn or just Spawn? Who cares? Whatever. So then, and then there's Jade, and I tried drawing her in that style, and she's so happy because she is. And I started drawing faces, and I drew a duck, and then I drew a penguin that fell down and went poof. So I drew that guy a couple more times. He's after his fish. These are not penguin feet, I realize that. They're way too long, but he's cute, and I like him. And you guys are probably going to see more of him. Because if you've ever had the dots candy, that's kind of what I was thinking about when I was coming up with the shape. Is like, I'm going to make like a little dot candy. Actually, I'll show you guys. I got a pen right here. It's a purple pen, but whatever. So like, I wanted to make like the dot shape, like whoosh, like that, and then like that's the bottom, and then like the little feet, and then the little beak, and then the little eyes like that, and then they have the belly, and then they have a little thing like that. That's kind of the body shape. They have a little tail too. Whoop. Anyway, that's kind of the body shape I was thinking about. But I was just having fun because I wanted something fun to do. And then this right here, all of this, oh my god, I was taking quizzes, because in nursing school you have to take tons of online quizzing endlessly, and every time I got something wrong, I would write down what I got wrong and the rationale behind it so I could study it later, because that's how you learn, through failure, is you fail it, and then you write it down, and you look up why you failed, and then you just accept it and hopefully move on. But I was writing this, and then there were like math questions all over the stupid thing, and bad me, I wasn't reading directions, so I had to do a bunch of math on here too. But that's homework there with some faces. And I was trying to draw Kristoff, but it turns out I can't draw Kristoff, so I'm not too sad about that, but it's okay. He looks ridiculous. And then I went a couple days, and then I started drawing again, and we've got this nerd. Some people I talk to will know who it is. This Loki, just so you know. Reynald. Is it Reynald or Reynard? I don't know how it's pronounced. How do I... Because I'm thinking Raymond, and it's not Raymond. I know it's Ray. Reynald. I think it's Reynald. Anyway, Ray, Loki, and he's like, he wears bow ties. Well, in some pictures he wears bow ties. But he's trying to tie it, and he's just looking adorable. Look at him. Ah. And then I was drawing a figure, and I was not happy with it, so and then I've got a picture of Clara here. I was working on it, I was trying to get back into it, and then I just wasn't feeling it, so I was like, oh, whatever. Clara, again, is an OC of mine, and another friend who came up with like this whole comic idea, and I'm just too lazy to get it going because I'm terrible. And then I drew myself like little chibis all over the place, different expressions, because that's what we do when we can draw ourselves. Yes. I think this one is the most accurate to how I feel on a daily basis when I stop and think about all the homework and the fact that I still have 3 more semesters of nursing school to go. I'm like, oh. And then I was looking at some mermaid stuff, and I was like, I want to draw a mermaid, so I drew a mermaid. I did. Like, I think it's funny how, like, the necklace floats and the hair floats, and I guess nothing else really would be floating. Well, the earrings are floating, too. I actually got that detail in. Oh, I guess I was thinking when I did this. I feel like the clothing should have been floating or something, but I guess if it's, like, held up against her, it wouldn't be floating. And I did a little coral tower in the back and everything. And then I did the same mermaid, kind of the same. It doesn't really look like the same. Again, with the little floaty necklace, and you kind of get the idea of what the bikini top for her bikini top looks like. Not that she's lying out in the sun or anything, but floaty hair, whatever. And that was just for fun. Funsies. And then I've got these nerds. This is Tupper from Galleries of Stone. And this character, I don't think has been introduced yet, so I'm not even going to say anything about her, but they're adorable together. They very much are. So I drew TB of it. Look at, they're so cute. They're adorable. Yeah, and they're blushing. And then I drew my dumb cat who's always yelling. Doesn't really look like him, but hey, whatever. It's a dumb cat. And that's it for my sketchbook today, guys. Not a whole lot. Didn't get as much sketching done as I typically do throughout the week, but part of me didn't want to do a whole lot because I knew I was getting my new camera and I wanted to wait and use that one, but I didn't want to miss out on a video for you guys. So, next week's video, hopefully with the new camera, I'll be able to, we'll have more sketches to begin with, but what I also would like to do is the finished version of this one and try to get this one up. I'm going to wait and see what my weekend is going to end up looking like, and if I get the camera and everything's working fine, I can transfer the files, I don't have any issues, and the memory card actually comes with it because I only have an 8 gig memory card, and I think I ordered a 32 gig, and I'd rather have the 32 gig, so I can get it all in one video instead of emptying it and putting it back in and recording and emptying it, because I do that with this camera and I hate it. But like I said, we'll see how this weekend goes. If this weekend there's nothing planned and there's nothing me and Aaron need to do in order to, whatever, then I'll go ahead and do that video over the weekend and try to have it up for like Tuesday, I guess would be my deadline if I was going to do it. But either way, I'm definitely going to have another video up next Wednesday, which will be another sketchbook video. And it will be the new camera. So, anyways, that's it for this week. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and like and subscribe. You notice there's no ducks this week. There are no ducks this week. Oh, I'll have to make up for it by extra ducks next week. Well, wait, no, there was ducks this week. I lied. This was the only duck this week. I hope you feel special, Mincy. You are the only duck this week. Anyway, so, yeah. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and comment. With this new camera, I'm probably going to go ahead and do a Q&A if anybody has any questions for me. I don't know. I'm going to assume that none of you do at this point because this channel is not that popular, or is it that, like, aged, I guess? It's a new channel. Anyway, go ahead and like and subscribe, comment, do whatever. Y'all know how to get a hold of me. So have a good week, and I will either see you next Tuesday or next Wednesday.